So it is August 28th and continuing the garden expose because I ran out of battery power. And this is later on in the day. So I told you about the squash in the hay bale garden, which is overtaking the garden. Tomatoes are pretty poor this year. This gigantic tomato cage, which I will focus on when I turn around, was made last year because I had 14-foot tomatoes and hundreds and plants and hundreds of tomatoes. But not this year. That's where they've grown to. And I think I have either a fungus problem or a blight problem. But it's odd. I mean, I have some tomatoes, but nothing like they were last year. And anyway, so there are my beets. They're doing fine. And this is the Tithonia, I think that's how you pronounce it, that I told you about. It's about 10 feet high, just starting to blossom, the little orange blossoms. And sunflowers, lots of kale and parsley, and I'm taking the kale up to the river for smoothies. Nasturtiums that I hoped would grow up the trellis. I tried to train them to do so, but they really didn't. So now I have the pumpkin, which is, I planted 3 pumpkin plants over there in my asparagus bed, and they weren't doing anything for the longest time, and then all of a sudden they are advancing into the garden too. There is a green pumpkin in there, and really what I should be doing is breaking off the blossoms, because I don't really need any more fruit, vegetables. I just need to strengthen and make large the ones that are already growing. But I can't get in there to do it, so we'll just see what happens. It's going to be fun to clean all this out after the frost. There's another, I think it's a pumpkin, let's see. Yeah, there's a little pumpkin. Should get bigger. But, like I said, there's so many blossoms in there, and I can't get in there anymore. I can't. And, so here, I did the 3 sisters, but I didn't do it in the right order. So I have corn, and now I have beans that are growing up here, and so there's my corn. See, a few days, have some corn. And Annie, this is called the hyacinth bean, and it's just beautiful. I don't know if you're seeing the color. It looks like it's blue, but it isn't. It's really a purple. And see the pea pods? You should plant this, and the leaves are kind of veined in sort of a purpley red, and the stems. I think they would look beautiful growing up your persimmon house. And they just stick up beautiful flowers. The flower stalks are about 12 inches long, well, maybe 8. They have a beautiful smell. So I will get you a pack of those and send them out. And in here are my zucchini plants, which I've gotten 6 zucchinis from. By now I would have had 40. Anyway, my compost over there beyond the trellis. So my asparagus bed, which produced good asparagus, but then this beetle got on them, which I hadn't seen before. Here's another Tithonia, not doing that well because it doesn't get that much sun. And so yes, here we have a snail. Too bad. You're going into the wildflower garden. So my garlic, I've got to harvest that. I didn't get to doing the scapes. And these are all the little bulblets of garlic, which Miriam loves. Look at my nails. Yep, those are farmer's nails. So I have a jewel wheat growing in there. Lovely. So this is my garden. It's totally out of control. It's very intense. Oh, my strawberries over here. They did quite well, but I had to move them because of all the runners, so I had to move them, and now, of course, we have runners coming into the garden. I moved these out of here because they weren't doing well in there. So I created all these new strawberry patches, which go down there. And I have some other gardens on the other side of the house, but I'm not going to bother showing it to you. Uh-oh, that needs water. That does not look good. And fungus is starting to happen on my zucchini. So anyway, not a whole lot of growing season left here. Because we're almost in September. You can see all the jewel wheat. It's probably why things really aren't getting that pollinated in here, although the corn did. Can't even get in there and get those beans. But And these beetles could get in there. I can't get in there now. So I have some beans, but I can't get them. Yeah, I probably could. And I've got beans here. There's a long bean. Didn't see that one before. Beans, beans. I've got to pick beans tomorrow. These are scarlet runner beans, so actually you can let them get large and the pods are fine. Beans are fine. But they're not, actually maybe they're not scarlet runner beans. They're not blooming red. Huh. Anyway, there's my garden. More corn. So that's it, Annie. Just wanted to show you what I'm dealing with here. I'll have to forward this to your sister. Sister Amy. She'll get a big laugh out of it. So I'm sure her garden's very orderly. I'll have to drive by and see if it is. So, goldenrod coming in. Phlox in the background that I brought up from PA. And, oh, here's Montana. I've been letting Montana off the leash now. She just wanders around. Where do you think you're going? Oh, no, you're not going out in the road. No, come here. Come back. Montana, come back. Oh, my God. And that mess is going to go, hopefully, soon. Come on, let's go. Come on, no, you cannot do that. No, come. Oh, my God, look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Off she goes. I can't believe it. Okay, that's out. Got to chase the husky.